Teddy, watch what you bet. Not a lot going on out there. We are going to have a game down in Cameron Indoor. The Syracuse Orange are going to head down to take on the Duke Blue Devils. Heavy line here, Teddy. Duke favored by 17, over under 145.5 at the time of taping here. We didn't have a money line that was available in this one, and I'm not too sure if we were going to get one at around 17. Key injury information, Zion Williamson goes down on Saturday. Misses the second half for Florida State. Very interesting game there because Duke ended up pulling that one out. Highly intense game. Now you come home to play Syracuse. On paper, it looks like a lot of points, but when we break down some of these things, Teddy, Duke 8-0 at home, straight up, 6-2 against the spread. Average margin of winning by 35. And the Orange hang in here down in Cameron tonight, Teddy.
I'm seeing some money lines on this game. You can find plus 1,300 on Syracuse at South Point. You can find plus 1,200 at William Hill. So there are money lines on
that
the
lottery
Orange. So yeah, exactly. Or you can lay 2,400, 2,500 on Duke just to win the game. Certainly Zion Williamson, an impact injury. Duke did not cover at Florida State after he got hurt over the weekend. He's been upgraded to probable for tonight. And I know Syracuse has gotten the job done on the highway this year, but I also know they just lost to Georgia Tech pretty badly. Last year, 2 matchups against Duke. They lost. One was competitive in the big dance, 69-65. The regular season matchup wasn't competitive, 60-44. And both of those games, Syracuse's defense, that 2-3 matchup zone, gave Duke trouble. And Duke's size and defense gave Syracuse all kinds of trouble. This total, 145, 145.5, man, that looks high to me. I don't see either team executing their offense effectively this evening.
Yeah, it should be interesting. Also, Syracuse, only 2 road games so far, but have 2 nice wins on those road games coming in Ohio State and Notre Dame. So it should be some interesting TV tonight, 7 p.m. on ESPN. Let's take it over to the association, Teddy. Spurs looking to bounce back at home for the Hornets. Reason we picked this game out, it is an NBA TV game, so it is a national game. But one of the more astounding things that I don't see too much here is when you look at the Hornets going on the road, 8-12 against the spread, you say, you know what, that's about for the norm. But the Spurs come in at home, Teddy, 8-5 straight up, but absolutely tearing it up, 17-6 against the spread at home. Taking a look at this basketball game, I know the Spurs are favored by 9, over under 223. Any angles we might be able to look at in this one, Teddy?
Well, I mean, this is a Charlotte team that's played bad basketball. They've lost 4 to 5 in their current road trip. 3 of the losses have been blowout fashion. This team hasn't beaten an opponent with a winning record since December. At home against Denver. They're 2-9 against the spread on the highway in their last 11 tries. All kinds of trouble for the squad when they go on the road or play good teams. They're not playing a lick of defense. They've allowed 119 points per game on 49% shooting on this road trip. I mean, right now, it's Kemba Walker and not much else. Oh, and by the way, Hornets haven't covered a point spread of +7 or higher all year. Spurs coming off a loss have been real good. Spurs dominant on this floor all season. You can certainly understand why there's been modest San Antonio money so far. I wouldn't be surprised if there's more before kickoff. Spurs, the clear choice for this better if I'm going to get involved in this ball game.